In this video, I'm going to show you how you can take apart wooden pallets. Now, you will notice that I am using a certain type of wooden pallets, or maybe you won't, and maybe it's just me because I play with them all the time. These ones with the wooden strips down them, thin wooden strips with the slats across, are far easier to take apart than the ones that have the big wooden blocks in the corners. If you've tried collecting any pallets, you will know that there are loads of different types of pallets, like 20 or more different, more than that, maybe hundreds shapes and sizes. You know, there are lots of different shapes and sizes, and they're held together with different things as well. So you have some that have the block pieces of wood, actual square pieces of wood in the corner, and they're really difficult to pull the long nails all the way out of that big piece of wood. It's like a nightmare. And there's also ones that have like mulched together chipboard in the corners as well for blocks. I don't really like them because what are you going to do with mulched together rubbish? Don't want them. These are really good for making troughs, planters and things like that. And as I say, I find them easier to take apart. So what you're going to need for this are a pry bar and a crowbar. They're basically the same thing for prying stuff open. These are just slightly different variety, I think, because this one you'll see is flatter, which is really good because it doesn't put so much pressure when you're levering it up. If you use one which has a curve like that, then you're putting too much pressure on that edge of the wood and it will snap, okay? So I just used this end of this one, and you will see in a minute how I use these two. You want little pry bars as well, because something like this, although it looks like it's going to do the job in 30 seconds, it's far too heavy duty and it is too thick. Can you see that, how thick that is? It's not going to go under the plank, and also you're just going to snap the wood with that. So it looks cool, but doesn't work great, okay? Also, it's always best to take off any rings before you start taking pallets apart. We'll stick them up there, and put on your safety goggles. We do not want nails flying through the air, going in eyes. It will be horrendous. So I always put on my extremely sexy safety glasses. See? Hot, huh? They're a little bit smeary, but I think I can see what I'm doing. Right. So I'm going to take off this plank, taking my flatter pry bar. Now the name of the game here is to ease up all sides of each plank before pulling it off. If you go in all guns blazing and think you're going to get this done quick, then that's not going to happen, I'm afraid. No, this is a slow burner. Okay, so let's give it a go. This pallet has not been prepped in any way, by the way. You can see I've used half of it for something else, but other than that, that is really stuck on there well. So let's get down to business. Now, a foot on there really helps. I'm just knocking this straight underneath the slat. That's under one side. You see, that's just popped up. That's because I've pried both sides. Look. Ah, it's happened now. Yes. There's always a slight worry that you're showing someone how to do this and then you completely crack the blank down the middle. And that's really embarrassing. I mean, that can happen. Any of you that have tried taking pallets apart previously will know that sometimes they can be a bugger. They can. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? So don't be disheartened. There is a little knack to it. Make sure, like I say, you've got two bars. Ease one side up, then ease the other side up, all right? If you're having trouble with one part of it, try another part and then come back to it. Right, this side's up. Now pry both sides up at the same time. Yes, we're in there. Now we've just got this last joint to do. These bars, by the way, they're relatively cheap really. Anyone can go out and purchase some of these from a DIY store. So they're not expensive. There are tools on the market which actually have 2 prongs and will go under either side, and there's a lever to pull them back. I personally haven't tried it because I don't need it. I get on quite well with this method, and yeah, I'm not going to waste money on something I don't need. So, I mean, let me know how you get on. If you try this out and you find that it really works and you've literally been pulling your hair out for years trying to take pallets apart, then really let me know. I'd be really pleased. Get your leg on there. There we go. Da-da, ba, 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 ba. And then I go back down the length, just doing the last little bit. And that is how you take a wooden pallet apart without cracking or splitting the wood. That's perfect, look. Ah. Now you've got to do is take all the nails out and use it how you would like to use it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know if there's something else you want to see. What do you want to know how to do? Get in touch. Thank you. Mwah.